It's a fun day. Great spring. It's been a great 2 phases as we've been working to prepare for the 2025 season, and really pleased with the elite effort by the guys, the connection of the team. You know, I think that really showed through today, just how much these guys like each other, how much they enjoy playing the game of football and competing with everything that they're doing. So yeah, good day, a lot of fun. Guys made plays. Crum didn't realize he had those ball skills. We might have to dial up some double passes here as we go forward. So learn something new each and every single day as we go, and excited to continue the work that needs to be done. These guys finishing it the right way in the classroom. Staff will get out on the road recruiting here in the next couple weeks, and then we'll bring them back and we'll get rocking and rolling in the summertime for summer conditioning in phase 3 to continue to prep, continue to climb, and to continue to build towards a special 2025 season.
Everybody needs emergency quarterbacks. How many did you find today?
We got a ton, right? We got a lot of guys. It was funny, got me and EB when we were doing our special teams walkthrough, we were kind of joking about how the best athletes on the field are former high school quarterbacks, right? And so it's fun to see him get in there, and at times we probably make it too difficult, right? Like, hey, throw it to the guy who's open, don't throw it to the guy who's covered, and guys went out to operate, and we're able to do that today.
Coach, one thing I noticed was the energy. It wasn't a traditional scrimmage, but the players really seemed excited to be there. I mean, from the first minute, they just looked really excited, cheering each other on, supporting everybody. Is that what you expected from this sort of event as opposed to a regular scrimmage?
Yeah, I mean, anything that we do is important because we're doing it, right? So regardless of what it was, like, it matters a lot because we're the ones that are doing it, and we talk a lot about time, right? And so, like, we invested our time today to, engage with one another, and our fan base invested their time to be with us, right? And so anything that we do, like, you're gonna feel who we are, and you're gonna feel our culture, and you're gonna experience, what we're about, and that energy, the desire to be around one another, the genuine happiness to do what we get to do. I mean, that shines through, whether it's playing tic-tac-toe, with pennies, or it's catching punts, or, it's guys being dudes, playing a little 7-on-7 and having fun, in our beautiful home here in Snapdragon and in Paradise on a beautiful day. So yeah, I wanted our fans to feel that, right? Like, regardless of what it is, it's important because we're doing it, and that's what our culture looks like, feels like, and experience, what the experience is, no matter what it is that we're doing.
Kyle and Chris, what did this mean to you today to have this kind of a format as opposed to a regular spring?
Today, I feel like it kind of signified the work we put in throughout the spring to, this last day, kind of just make it a really fun day for the guys. Obviously, throughout the spring, we had our own scrimmages, so it really wasn't necessary to come all the way here and just have another one. We probably already had 5 or 6 scrimmages during spring ball. So to me, coming here just shows that we proved that, us as a team, we came together during those other weeks, those other 4 or 5 weeks or whatever, and just come here, get to have fun. Everybody gets to, get to be a skilled guy. The offensive guys get to have fun, offensive line catching punts, like stuff we never normally do. And I just feel like it's kind of a refresher and a reward for the hard work we put in.
Yeah, I'll build on that. I feel like Coach says all the time that our practices are for us, and then today is for the community. I mean, it's for us too, but it's really to put on a show, let everybody have a little bit of fun, get excited about the upcoming season. So I think we got our work in our first 14 practices, and it was cool to just come out today and have a little fun.
How long did it take the competition to kick in? Because, I mean, a little bit of barking at the referees, even if it's just like dodgeball. Like, does that ever turn off completely, even on a fun day like this?
For me, no. Like, I'm always, like, everybody knows me. I'm a loudmouth. Like, I'm always find something to playfully complain about. Like, whether I'm joking around with the refs, like, oh, come on, man. Like, we won that tic-tac-toe or something. I'm going to always compete. You can say I'm a sore loser. I love winning. So even in something like this, the competition's real strong.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it matters really what we're doing, if it's a video game or we're playing ping pong in the locker room. Like, if it's a game, it's game on. So.
Do you have the play call on those 2 picks?
No, sir. No, sir. I've been watching a lot of Chris's tape, so try to learn what he's been doing and apply it.
Coach, talk a little about the running back situation. You got lucky. You got Cam last year. Marquez was the workhorse.
Sure.
After the spring, what are you thinking of this year? Do you think it'll be more of a mix of guys, or just focus on one? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, every single year that we've had, really, really great seasons, you've typically had a bell cow and a guy that could spell them, right, and everything. And so, I think Lucky's had a tremendous camp, and he's done a tremendous job since day one, going all the way back to last year, to hearing the feedback and working while he's been waiting, and he's really ascended the depth chart, and I'm really poised and ready for him to have a breakout season, and know that he's ready to do that himself, and he's shown that, in the live work that we've gotten. I mean, he's a load when he's coming downhill, and he's really learned how to play to his strengths. And then obviously with Cam and Christian in the mix as well, right? I think all three of those guys are really going to complement each other well. And I've kind of referred to that room and the wide receivers almost kind of like a spice rack, right? Like you don't want guys that are all the same. You want them to be able to complement one another. So you got a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of sugar and spice there between all those guys. And now we got to do a good job, whipping it up and putting something in the kitchen and making it work with all of them being able to complement each other and to making this offense go.
Sean, the spring game is traditionally a chance for longtime fans to check out new players, see about that quarterback competition. What do you say to those who are disappointed they didn't get to see something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we used to allow people to smoke on planes as well, and then Tom evolved, and we did things differently, right, for the health and safety of everyone, and it's my responsibility to, care for the health and safety of our team, and as this has become a year-round endeavor, right, I mean, we got multiple touch points with the guys to go through our installations and iterations of teaching and learning and winter conditioning. We mapped out what needed to get done this spring, and as we went through the spring work, I'm really, really pleased with where we're at, and we're healthy to this point, right, and so we made the call that we did, and I know some fans were disappointed in that, and I understand that. But just because we've always done something, I don't think that's a good reason just to continue to do it. You need to continue to innovate. You need to continue to evolve, and the guys will come back, and we'll have another iterations of installations and more on the field opportunities so that the team is ready to go. And we're really, really close to where we need to be, and there's more work that needs to be done. We have the time to do that, and just made the call today with what the team needed. The team needed to have fun. The community needed to see everything else that they felt today. They got a chance to engage and get autographs and learn who those new people are. And the new guys will make a splash, and the guys who have been around and have built this thing and have unfinished business are going to continue to be who they're going to be. And I'm excited, with the product and the team and the connection and the bond and the brotherhood that we're going to put out on the field in August. And that's what's most important for the fall.
Do you think around college football it's evolving away from those traditions?
I think it's probably a give and a take, depending on where you are and what your priorities are and what you want to get out of it, right? But I just think, obviously, we've talked a ton about the evolution and the innovation that's going on in college football right now. Like, again, in the past, right, it was like this would be the day where, you really needed to learn so much about your club and to then have a punctuation mark on your spring because guys were going to go far and wide. And, old coaches used to use it as, that motivating driving force of, hey, while you're home, while you're away, you need to work a summer job and, you need to train, but understand and realize exactly where we are as a team because the touch points were so few and far between. And then you'd bring them back and you'd run the mile conditioning test. Like, it's never going to be third in a mile, right? So, like, we've evolved in all areas of, this game. And so, again, we're going to push forward and we're going to continue to be at the forefront of that. Our administrators have done that. The administration has given us tremendous support. The guys know and understand the why behind everything that we do. And as long as they know and understand the why and they believe in what we're doing and how we're doing it, those are the opinions that I care most about. And again, I know our fans care most about winning in the fall. And so that's the work that we're doing and made the decision to do what we did today to set us up for that success in the fall.
But even though this is fun, how much are you still evaluating? Like that guy ran harder than that guy on the dizzy bat thing.
I mean, you kind of see some body control, you see some coordination, right? But there wasn't a whole lot of evaluations that were being made today, right? You're just evaluating, again, kind of the spirit and the competitive nature of your club. And it's kind of funny, just as Chris alluded to, right? Like, if there's a scoreboard, which there was today, like, the competitive nature of our club, like, guys start to, like, there's a few guys who came out, like, their shoelaces and everything, like, were undone, like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, wait, the first rotation, the score goes up. Well, all right. Like, now all of a sudden guys started tying their shoes, and, you notice those sorts of things, which is cool to see.
Where does the quarterback competition stand?
Yeah, neck and neck. I mean, guys have done a great job with it, and like we talked about last year, right? Like it's 14 practices into it, and the other OTA opportunities that we've gotten. I don't think the sample size is large enough to make a determination on anything at this point. But I know the depth that we have in the room, and the competition that's in the room, and the quality of talent that's in the room. I'm very excited about.
Now that it's spring's behind you, any particular players jump out in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, quite a few. You know, again, I think the continued growth and development of Chris, of Eric Butler, of Bryce Phillips, of Delshawn Staley. I mean, shoot, Tano Latui. I mean, the way that he's driving things for us. I mean, Trey up front, like Trey was a nightmare for me at times, right? Because we're not scheming people up, and Trey would just single-handedly destroy a period in practice. You know, you're like, oh well, Trey's pretty good, right? So like we need to account for that a little bit in different ways. You know, still kind of just thinking through defensively. I think some of our key additions, like with Josiah Cox and Dwayne McDougal, have been awesome. You know, the interior of our D-line's taking strides. Niles King, the last week, man, like he was a force off the edge and one of the most productive guys with TFLs and sacks. You know, flipping over offensively, Christian Jones has really settled in, and all the reps, the game reps that he got, just the urgency that he's been practicing with has been great. Big Ross, like I've said numerous times throughout camp, like just having him in the heart of the offense and being at the center position, just his ability to think and process and give and receive the speed of information that's needed has been great to get all 5 guys up front, playing on the same page. Mentioned Lucky, I think he's probably improved the most and have been most pleased with him, which has been great. Both quarterbacks, all quarterbacks have taken a great stride and greater depth of knowledge about what they're doing and been processing really, really well. And then, you know, Jordan Napier's really taken a step forward as well with his leadership abilities, his ability to make contested catches, and just the tools that he's put on his tool belt, because he's still just so young at learning the wide receiver position. Like his ceiling is incredibly high, and he continues to take steps each and every single day to, you know, work towards that climb of reaching his best potential.
How different is this team right now than it was at this point a year ago?
Chris?
Yeah, you said compared to last season.
At the same point of the year.
Yeah, at the same point in time, definitely the first thing that sticks out is a connection. I feel like what we did today is something that we wouldn't have been able to do last season because of how our connection is. Like players wouldn't have cared about, you know, hyping each other up or anything. And I'm not saying I'm not knocking last year's team because I was on it, but it just definitely feels different this season, and definitely has to do with the brotherhood we created through the winter and through now, and we're definitely just a lot more close, unified team.
Yeah, I think we're a lot closer. Every Wednesday we do non-football meetings, so just small groups get to talk to guys about stuff that matters off the field. And I feel like that's brought us closer because I probably wouldn't have conversations with D linemen about their personal lives most of the time because we're just in and out of the facility. So that's one of the things. And I think as an offense, just with the returns we do have coming second year into the offense as opposed to all brand new install, we've been able to kind of take it in stride instead of starting at square one.
Could both of the players address the impact of the transfer portal on the cohesiveness of the team? Are you expecting this entire group to make it through this period and to the next one?
Yeah, I mean, the transfer portal is definitely a big thing, you know, with the past few years, and I feel like it could definitely be a benefit or detrimental to a team. But I feel like, as I said, the team's connection, I feel like it's bigger than, you know, going out somewhere and wanting to get a whole lot of money. I feel like the team really cares about each other more than things like that, and I feel like that this group will be able to stay together.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things we are trying to build with those meetings is the team loyalty and not just me. So, you know, I don't have a lot of control over it, but I hope we got a really good group right now, and hope we got everybody coming back.
When the team gets steaks at Goose Drifts, or how's that going?
Winning teams will get steaks. Everyone else getting hot dogs, and we'll settle all that up in the future here.
The guys with steaks get to eat them in front of the guys with hot dogs?
Possibly, yep.
For the record, who was the actual winner of the competition and how they stand out?
I gotta check the scorecard. I'm not sure who won the Aztec Warrior games. In complete honesty, I'm sure the boys know
yeah.
more than I know right now.
It was Coach Sutton's team. I don't know what boat crew that is, but I'm pretty sure they went undefeated. They didn't lose one. They personally played against me, and we beat them, but you know how I said some things is going fishy with the refs. Like I said, I'm a sore loser, so I'll be mad when they're eating their steaks.
How would you make the team competition? Do you have any thoughts on the team competition and how it went?
Like the 7-on-7 part of it. Yeah, I mean, it was fun for me to play different positions. You know, I only played quarterback pretty much my whole life, except for like elementary school. So playing a little defense and getting my get back on the guys that get after us in practice felt good. It's fun.
Yeah, I say it's really fun. You know, as a team who's planning on taking things very seriously, you know, throughout these 14 practices, it's a lot of, you know, ones and twos, really important reps. And a day like today where people who don't usually get in or don't play all that much get to get in, it's really exciting for the rest of the team because we're all connected. Like, and in the cornerback room especially, whenever someone that is with the 3s or 4s gets to go, I'm more excited than watching someone with the 1s or 2s go. And we're all about bringing each other up.
Yeah, I think if I was just a little bit faster, better technique, ball skills, could read the quarterback's eyes, I'd be a better DB.
So pretty much
than that.
all the traits that we
Yeah,
covet. Gotcha.
besides that,
Check.
I got it.
Coach, you almost came down with that one.
Oh,
Is that one gonna sit with you tonight?
that'll sit with me a little bit. You know, good players make plays. Bad players complain about what could have been. Right. So bad player. That's why I got into coaching. Look, I got good players on my side.
You heard the footsteps.
Yeah,
I was coming.
lurking.
Coach, do you have any general thoughts on the transfer portal in your team and being able to keep the group you have together?
Yeah, I mean, like these guys have said, right? There's so much that can't be controlled, but we pour into the things that we can. You know, we put the blinders on. We build the relationship in our building, create an environment, again, that everyone got to feel today that, you know, is usually pretty private within the walls of our building that, you know, the community was able to see and that our guys, I think, really enjoy being in and most importantly have a say in creating each and every single day. It's there. We know it's there. And I always kind of equate it to, you know, free agency in the NFL, right? To where, you know, if you use it properly and you do it the right way and you're intentional about the guys that you're bringing in, that they're the right fit, and listen to the feedback of your team when you have those guys on campus, like, hey, we've done all this great work. Everything that these guys have talked about, you know, when they're around the prospects, I get my most valuable information from them. Like, what sort of quality fit is that guy going to be into our culture and within the framework of our team? And I think when you find the right fit and you find the right guys and, you know, it fills the perceived holes that you have, then it can be really, really good, right? But it can't be the way that you build and manage your roster completely. And that's why we're so intentional about our high school recruitment effort. And that's going to be the bulk of how we build our roster and always, you know, go about our roster management is with the infusion of talent through the high school ranks, you know, but I think I wouldn't be using all the tools at my disposal and to build a team for the guys who have invested so much in this place if I wasn't looking in the portal to fill some of those needs that we may still have.
Coach, just kind of piggybacking off of that, in this day and age, we see, you know, programs kind of step away from the traditional spring games because of the spring transfer portal window. I don't know if you have a take on that and, you know, when you see schools do that.
Yeah, I mean, this decision not to play a typical spring game or scrimmage wasn't driven by anything portal related. It was more, again, like I'm in charge of stewarding our team here on the Mesa and always constantly assessing, okay, each and every single day of every single phase, what does our team need to take the next step to improve and compete and get closer to our goal of winning a championship. And so, you know, again, I felt the need to do what we did today was right, and it was not driven by, well, hey, if we do a spring game, there's going to be more tape for someone else to evaluate and steal my guys. Like, there's going to be over 100 messages on my phone right now when I get back to it about things that are going on with guys on my roster, with other teams that are actively trying to work and pull them away. And that's okay. That's fine, because I'm very confident in what we've built and everything that these guys have spoken to. And so, again, the decision that we did today was nothing intentional or not driven about some fear of someone stealing one of my guys. Like, I'm very confident in what we have. Everyone got to see it. These guys are living it each and every single day. And it's the same thing I tell high school recruits when they come to visit numerous times, or any prospects that we have. Like, this is who we are. This isn't a recruiting pitch. If it's for you, great. If it's a good fit, awesome. If it's not, I hope you enjoy the San Diego weather. We're probably never going to talk again, and we're going to be all right.
John, what do you guys have to accomplish between now and when the team is back together in August?
Now in August, I think the biggest thing is our attention to detail, right, within the calls. Yeah, I think we have, again, because of guys that are returners and a better understanding of what exactly the intent of each call is, what the techniques and the rules and tools are that we use within those calls in all three phases to solve the problems that are presented, like that is extremely higher than it's ever been. And so now it's a matter of within each call, within each football situation, with the depth of knowledge that guys have relative to other guys that are in the program and where they're at in their journey, how much can we share that information, grow our knowledge of the game, manage the situation, so no matter what problems are presented and the calls that are made, we can think fast, know fast, do fast, and execute with confidence and conviction together because of the preparation that we put in from now till August. Like that preparation is going to be the separation from where we are now, where we're capable of going, and how we pull ourselves apart from our opponents that we're going to see in the fall.
Chris, got it, and Kyle. You got all this camaraderie you guys have built here. Now you got finals, kind of go your separate ways over the summer. How do you keep that connection, that camaraderie going until you guys can get back together in a few months?
Yeah, I mean, luckily we're in the beautiful city of San Diego. Not many people will want to leave here, you know? So once finals goes on, I'm pretty sure over 50% of the guys are going to stay here, be at the beach, be around campus. And for those who are going to go home, everybody really local. And we don't just talk in person, you know, like whether it's playing video games or sending messages, we're always connected with each other. So there won't be any fall off with any relationships due to this break.
Yeah, I think like the group chats and stuff we got going on, people playing games together like that, that just keeps us connected. But then also once we do get back in the summer before August rolls around, like players are stepping up more and more to do player-led stuff. So coach doesn't know about it, but sometimes we'll Zoom each other, watch film, you know, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, like, our guys are going to be back Memorial Day weekend, y'all, right? Again, like, this is the endeavor, and it's the difference of how it's been, right? I mean, so we got 2 more weeks of classes, weeks of finals, and there's going to be about 2.5 weeks where guys have quote-unquote downtime. But we'll have a team meeting on Memorial Day, and Phase 3 summer conditioning will get rocking and rolling, and the whole roster will be here. So that connection that we've built, you know, everyone, in every great family, you still need a little bit of time away, you know? Like, hey, take baby girl. I got you, honey. All right, sounds good. And that absence makes the heart grow a little bit fonder at times.